Hello world, welcome back to my channel. I hope you like the new look I got. Anyways, I wanted this video to be about how we're going to all remain sane when we're stuck at home. I know that it is a difficult time for a lot of us, especially those struggling with mental illness. It seems in these times where we're feeling really isolated and lonely, we can really have our demons thrive. To keep us going, I've made a list of fun things to do or things that will help along your mental health journey. First thing I have here is to get organized plus decorate. It's weird, but it really helps. And what I find is that it can really calm the mind, especially when you feel like you are really sluggish and tired and kind of have it so that your mind is all muddled. It can really make you feel like you've done something productive, as well as you can get satisfaction fairly quickly in a matter of an hour, a few hours, like even maximum of a day. Even if you're a potato lying in bed like me half the time, there are still a lot of ways where you can organize your life, especially with in a digital age like we have today. I highly recommend trying to organize your phone and social media. There are a lot of tutorials on YouTube and online that can really make it so that you feel like your phone or social media is really just customized and just extra special. This next tip comes from a recommendation I've seen on the CDC website. It is to create a routine, especially in difficult times like these. Our body and mind goes through a lot of changes, and it is really important to kind of keep some sort of sense of normalcy. So creating a routine, getting changed in the morning, and having a to-do list can really keep you on your feet and continuously moving. I have a to-do list of my own, and I'm going to put it up here for an example. I usually don't get everything that I plan on getting done, but it has definitely improved over time. It is more so like in the beginning when you have a long list of things that you know you're not going to get done, so you don't really do much, but eventually over time you learn what you're capable of and you set more realistic goals throughout the day and week. So what ended up happening with me is in the beginning I would get very little to nothing done on that day, and then eventually over time I would get more and more done. And thankfully some of these days I get most, if not everything I need done on my to-do list, but of course, we have to always think of progress, not perfection. What is also equally as important is trying to plan out when you are going to have some days off and have some time to relax throughout the day. And if you're in the middle of your recovery journey, I highly recommend kind of making some sort of daily plan to meet with your goals for the day and week. I know a lot of us right now are really struggling, and what I just said sounds incredibly daunting, but don't feel pressured to be meeting all these lofty goals and putting a lot of more challenging things in your to-do list. A suggestion I've heard a lot is creating a depression or anxiety to-do list. And it's more so filled with simple tasks that may come as a challenge to you, but are somewhat more feasible. From the examples that I've seen, a lot of people have simple tasks like getting up, grabbing something to eat, showering, etc. It's important to acknowledge right now that surviving when you're really struggling is an achievement, and just knowing that by surviving and staying home, you're really literally saving lives. Another really great and important tip that I've seen from a lot of health professionals is finding online support groups. Whether you're struggling with a mental illness or you're just having a hard time right now, it is really important to stay somewhat connected and take advantage of the technology we have today. Um, right now, everyone's online, so you can do this from the comfort of your own bed. There's not much effort to it. Uh, and there are a plethora of them out there, some even on Reddit and Discord, but there are even just forums online. Of course, I would want to advise caution, especially those of us who are younger, to be wary of people who might be able to take advantage of you. So, always, if you are a minor, talk with your parents if you feel comfortable and safe doing so. I would also advise those of us struggling with mental illness or those who are just struggling right now to try to avoid a lot of triggering forums or triggering things. There are a lot of resources right now that are saying to avoid looking at the news so often, especially at this time. It can really be a damper on our mood, even if we are having a more good day. It can really just stifle our progress. This next tip is more so a fun thing to do if you are really bored, but there are actually a lot of ways that we can help in the plight of science. You can do research from home. There are a lot of international institutions that really require the help of individuals like you and I. One of them would be LIGO, the Laser Interferometer Gravitational Wave Observatory. They have a lot of really cool activities. One of them would be Gravity Spy, and in that activity, you are finding different glitches that will help teach computers to find gravitational wave signals more efficiently, and you're using real LIGO data. Another one that they have, but it's more so something you can do while you're offline, is Einstein at Home. It uses your computer's idle time to research for weak astrophysical signals from pulsars. NASA also has a lot of projects on their website, and they call it citizen science projects. They have several projects, but from the ones that stick out to me are the mapping penguin populations and planet hunting. And for a lot of these, not all of them, but for a lot of them, you're actually using real data and helping out scientists. Lastly, I really wanted to mention what I consider the most important tip, and that would be to just relax and have fun. This is a really stressful time, and we don't need to feel the need to be productive. And please don't guilt yourselves, because our depression, anxiety, or eating disorder, or whatever you're going through, can really thrive when you start shaming yourself. Spend time with the people in your home. That is, if you're feeling safe and are not struggling with your family environment. On a side note, I do know that a lot of us live in toxic and dangerous situations, and I would want to ask to please call the respective authorities, CPS, and victim services. I know right now we've seen a spike in domestic abuse and child abuse right now, so I really just want it so that everyone knows that they can still call out for help if they feel safe in doing so. But getting back to the note of having fun and relaxing, what I found was a real lifesaver were the dong playlists from Vsauce, or Doing Things Online Now Guys. It's a really awesome selection, and you can find a really great multitude of just random fun things to do online. But in the meantime, if you just really can't find anything to do, always fall back on reading, writing, creating art or music, and just lying down and breathing. Right now, it's a stressful time for a lot of people, and we have to understand that there's no expectation of what to do. Right now, all you can do is just keep going, keep surviving, and know that you have someone who believes in you. I always want to end on this note that you are worth surviving for. Thank you guys if you've made it this far in the video. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed it and found it helpful. Please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you're interested in more of my videos and just joining this family of people who are going to support you on your recovery journey.